As many of you know, unless you are living under a rock or living in a cave, yesterday, well, technically Tuesday, since it is Thursday now, Barack Obama delivered his State of the Union address. Well, this is kind of, I guess, my version of the things that I, as an American, would like to see our government start doing. And, those things are simple. We need to find a way to completely dig ourselves out of this financial mess that we're in. We need to improve this country definitely, and we need to fix a lot of things. We need to fix the economy, get jobs back on track, get it where businesses, big and small, aren't having to close their doors each and every day. On the news you hear about this company or that company had to close their doors today, or this company or that company is going out of business soon. Restaurants closing left and right. Restaurants starting to build, but then hit a snag and never end up opening, which is something that's happened around here. There's quite a few empty storefronts around here from businesses that have gone under, and I, as an American, would like to see that stop. I would like to see, as an American, the value of our money go back up to the level that it once was. I would definitely like to see an improvement in healthcare. Of course, we do need healthcare in this country, and I think Obama's idea of each and every person in this country having healthcare is a good idea. I, for one, definitely need healthcare to be as good as humanly possible because of things that I've been going through over the last almost 2 years now. Healthcare definitely needs to be something that the government focuses on, and also not only healthcare but education, because without education, eventually healthcare won't really matter, because there won't be any kids that are educated enough to be doctors or to be nurses, because the education wouldn't have been sufficient enough to have them be able to pass the tests that are needed in order to enter medical and nursing school. We need to make sure that our schools in this country are not going under like businesses. We need as many schools in this country to be open as humanly possible, because of the fact that, our population of kids keeps growing and growing. And, sometimes I know that homeschooling works, but only works to an extent. Not everybody that gets a homeschool education is, I guess, that great of a candidate for higher education, because they don't get to learn exactly everything that is taught in either the public schools or the private schools. Colleges, they need to lower their admissions and their fees for education in this country. Families, are losing their jobs and finding it harder and harder to pay their bills, but yet, for some reason, these colleges whether it be junior college or full 4-year universities, are hiking their fees. Where they think the public is going to be able to get that money to pay the fees, beyond me. Except for, I guess those people have to get themselves stuck with big time college loans and have that hanging over their heads for years to come. Also, gas prices, they need to come down, because as gas prices go higher and higher, unfortunately that trickles down to grocery store prices going higher, because of the fact that grocery store prices, the reason why they go higher is because of the fact that it takes gas in the big rigs to get the food from the distributors to the grocery stores. And unfortunately, what happens there is, as the fees for the food, whether it be dairy, produce, or whatever, goes higher, we as the consumers have to eventually pay extra for that. So there are definitely a lot of things in this country that need to be focused upon, and also, of course, we need to eventually get all those troops overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan back on American soil, back home with their families, back home with their children and their wives and their mothers and fathers. Let's see, what else can I think about that needs to be? Also, as I said last week, with the whole Dr. Martin Luther King Day, we as Americans need to erase the hate, or as TNA, PSAs say, eliminate the hate. They've got a good little PSA campaign going on, eliminate the hate, which is definitely something I feel that needs to be done, being a target of hate myself by certain people. What we need to do is turn the H word hate into the H word help. Instead of hating each other and hurting each other with hate, we need to help each other in this country and lend a helping hand to each other and stop hating each other and stop hurting each other. So that is the end of this speech. And JD, as I said before, I challenge you to make a speech like this, whatever you feel like speaking about like this. So in closing, bye for now until the next video.